This influencer is going to jail for a viral prank that terrified an entire country. Amian Megiddo, a French TikToker, was just sentenced to 6 months in prison for faking syringe attacks on strangers. The prank videos, which he called the Mad Stinger, went viral at the exact same time France was in a panic over real needle spiking incidents at festivals. He created mass hysteria for clicks. Now the internet is exploding with debate over his sentence, with many saying 6 months isn't nearly enough for the terror he caused. This is a crazy example of a clout-chasing prank going horribly wrong, and a reminder that your online actions have very real-world consequences. Was his sentence fair? You be the judge.
The government is shut down. But here's a secret. Trump's tariffs are bringing in so much cash, they're helping to keep the lights on. It's the economic paradox nobody is talking about. As of October 6th, revenue from tariffs has more than doubled, accounting for a huge chunk of all federal income. With a new 25% tariff on trucks about to hit, that number is set to explode even higher. While economists are screaming that these tariffs are a tax on capital that will hurt consumers, the government is quietly using the cash to offset the shutdown crisis. This is a wild look at how trade wars have unintended consequences, creating a bizarre situation where a controversial policy is propping up a failing system. Who do you think really pays for these tariffs?
A $650 million fraud scheme involving life-saving medical supplies was just exposed, and the details are infuriating. A Kenyan man was indicted on October 6th for his alleged role in a massive international scam to divert medical supplies funded by USAID. These weren't luxury goods, they were essential health products intended for people in need. The indictment alleges a complex web of corruption designed to steal hundreds of millions of dollars in aid money. This story is blowing up because it's a sickening example of greed at the highest levels, where life-saving resources are treated like a commodity. It's a stark reminder to always question where the money is actually going, especially when it comes to charitable and government aid. How can we stop this from happening again?
The government is in chaos, but the stock market just hit an all-time high. Make it make sense. On October 6th, while politicians were fighting over a government shutdown, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ were soaring to record highs, fueled by a frenzy of AI deal-making. This is the insane disconnect everyone is talking about. It's a perfect illustration that the stock market is not the economy. While Wall Street celebrates, everyday people are facing uncertainty over their jobs and paychecks. This is a crucial lesson. Don't let record-breaking market headlines fool you into thinking everything is fine. The real story is often much more complicated. And it's a reminder that the system may not be working for you. Do you feel like you're being left behind by this market?
Imagine investing in the ultimate man cave with a fleet of supercars, only to find out it was all a mirage. That's what happened to the victims of David Bren, the billionaire's son who allegedly sold a complete fantasy. He pitched The Bunker, a Soho house for car lovers, and name-dropped Mark Cuban and Larry Ellison as members to lure investors. The price for this fantasy? A cool $14,500 a month. But according to lawsuits, the bunker never existed. There were no cars, no clubhouse, nothing. It was all an elaborate charade to fund his extravagant lifestyle. This story is a wild deep dive into the psychology of a scam and how the promise of exclusivity and luxury can make people believe the unbelievable. What's the most outrageous business pitch you've ever heard?
An investor was found dead by suicide after losing his life savings to a billionaire's son's fake business. This is the tragic human cost of the David Bren man cave scam that has everyone talking. Tony Chen, a tech entrepreneur, was so obsessed with the project that he not only invested his own money, but convinced his mentees to invest too. When the truth came out that the bunker was a complete fabrication, Chen fell into a massive, massive crisis. He lost everything. In September 2022, his friend found him in his garage. This isn't just a story about a financial scam. It's a devastating reminder that these schemes destroy lives, families, and futures. It's a heartbreaking look at the real-world consequences of greed. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out for help.
This viral prank got an influencer a 6-month prison sentence, and it's a cautionary tale for anyone chasing clout. M&A Mojito's TikTok video of him faking syringe attacks on strangers was supposed to be funny. He was imitating a trend he saw online, but the prank backfired spectacularly, causing widespread panic across France, which was already on edge from real needle-spiking attacks. Now, he's going to jail. This story, which is trending everywhere, is the ultimate example of the prank-to-prison pipeline. It shows the dark side of viral culture, where the desperate need for attention can lead to devastating consequences, not just for the victims, but for the creators themselves. Is any prank worth going to jail for? Let me know your thoughts.
Nearly 40% of companies have experienced organizational misconduct. That's the bombshell finding from a new 2025 whistleblowing report that has people questioning who they really work for. The report, which dropped on October 6th, reveals a hidden crisis of corporate corruption, from fraud to harassment, that is often covered up internally. It suggests that the company you work for could be hiding major scandals from its own employees and the public. This isn't just about a few bad apples. It's a systemic problem. The report highlights the critical role of whistleblowers in exposing the truth and holding powerful organizations accountable. It makes you wonder, what secrets is your company hiding? Would you ever blow the whistle on your own employer?
The government is shut down. Federal workers aren't getting paid. But on Wall Street, the party is just getting started. This is the economic absurdity that has everyone talking. On October 6th, as the government shutdown entered its third chaotic day, the stock market was hitting all-time highs. This bizarre situation perfectly captures the disconnect between the financial markets and the reality for everyday Americans. While traders are popping champagne over AI deals, families are worrying about how to pay their bills. It's a stark reminder that a rising stock market doesn't mean a healthy economy for everyone. This is a system that rewards investors while punishing workers, and it's a conversation we need to be having. Who do you think this economy is really working for?